Adam Lerner, BrooklynPhotoworks.com, and today we are here with the Fuji X-Pro 2. I want to just go over some of the amazing new features that the Fuji X-Pro 2 has, and I'm doing a side-by-side with the Fuji X-Pro 1. This is the X-Pro 1, this is the X-Pro 2. I mean, just offhand, you can see that they're relatively the same, but there are definitely some design elements that are different, and the Fuji X-Pro 2 is just chunkier. It's got a magnesium alloy weatherproofed body, and it just feels, it has that pro camera feel, even though it's a very small camera with a smaller sensor. Now, the guts of this thing have been completely changed. There's a much faster processor in here. It's got an incredible ISO range. I think it goes up to 52,000 something or other. The shutter now goes to 1/8,000th of a second, which is awesome. So particularly if you're shooting wide open and you're outside and you really want to close down that ambient light or just freeze that motion, you've got 1/8,000th of a second, which is totally awesome. There's a diopter, okay, on the eyepiece over here, which is something that was sorely lacking with the other, with the Fuji X-Pro 1. As you guys know, the dials have been moved, and it's got this really great jog dial right back here. And the thing that I love about that is that you can quickly change your focus point right there with the jog dial, whereas previously I was using the little menu thing here to change the focus point, and that was a little bit tedious. One other really cool feature is now there's a dedicated ISO dial. So on the shutter dial right here where you can change the shutter speed, you actually, all you do is you lift up on this little puppy and you rotate that, and you can change the ISO very quickly, and that really frees up your time. What else? There's a depth of field preview on here. The viewfinder is insane. It is so bright, it is so huge, and it's got three different modes where you can go into like a standard mode where it's like shooting from a regular camera. You can use the electronic viewfinder, which is really cool because it basically previews everything, you know, as your image is going to look in the right there in the viewfinder. And it's even got a rangefinder mode, which is so super cool. On first hand, you know, you power this puppy up and it powers up really quickly. And then when you go to take an image, this shutter is fast. I mean, check it out. Boom. I mean, it's just so fast, so positive. Everything just feels really great on this camera. What else can I tell you guys? Oh yeah, it's got 2 SD slots, which is awesome, and you can basically have it so that one shoots RAW, the other one can copy JPEGs, which is really nice if you're on a shoot and you need to deliver JPEGs instantly after the shoot. You can use the second slot as a backup, so it'll back up your card, which again is a great thing. A lot of you guys that are wedding photographers or just people that are out there doing shoots and you want to know that if something happens to one card, you've got a backup of that card. It's right in there, and you can also use it for overflow. The menu system has changed. The screen is fantastic. It just really feels like a solid camera. This is a real camera. Not to say that the X-Pro 1 isn't a real camera, but this really kind of steps up the game. Like the X-Pro 1, the X-Pro 2 is made in Japan. It's got that really high quality, that really nice feel about it. For the time being, I've got my old 35mm f1.4, which is the equivalent of a 50mm standard lens. Feels really good on here, and that's about it. So my first impressions of this camera are that they're fantastic. I want to address any of the questions you guys might have about this camera, so please feel free to leave your questions below and I will do my best to get to them. And for the time being, I cannot wait to get this thing out on a photo shoot because I know that this is going to be in my bag quite a bit. I know I'm going to be shooting with this a lot. Is this going to replace my Canon for a lot of the pro stuff I do? No, but it's going to be in my bag right there with it, along with my X100T. And I think it's a beautiful complement. Oh, did I happen to mention this also has wireless capabilities? So that means not only will you be able to wirelessly manage the camera and control the camera with Fuji's remote app, but you'll be able to transfer images wirelessly as well. So how cool is that? I can't really say enough good things about it, but for now, I can't wait to get out and shoot with it. So that's it for now. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below, and we'll see you soon.